Welcome to Brandon's World. I'm Brandon Turner, and man, this is my world, and you're living in it. I collect physical media. I love it, and that's just a little bit about me.
I'm your co-host, Stephen Posey. I love nostalgia from the 80s movies, comedies, all the above. So, Brandon, how was your weekend?
Woo! Do we need to get into how my weekend is? I think you know me and you talk. Whatnot is addictive. Let me just tell you this, man. You're the blame for this because you're the one that told me about Whatnot.
Here we go. Here we go.
And Friday night, I get to drinking because I like my IPAs, so I get to drinking. Next thing I know, I've got 30 Funko Pops I paid that I bought. Now I don't even know what 30 I got. I know a couple of them that I got, but dude, I went on a binge with that, and then I bought 44 Blu-rays after that. What is
40.
wrong with me?
Oh man.
Look, and hold on. Out of those 44, I can only tell you 2 that I bought. The rest of them is just a blur. So I don't know what I got coming in next week. Now I got a few things in today, mostly about 6 Funko Pops, some Blu-rays, and some DVDs. But the big orders are coming in the next few days, and it's not looking pretty at the Turner home.
I think the UPS and the mail service is gonna know your address real well here in a little while.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you this: I've been giving the mail lady a workout because every day I look up and she's putting a box on my porch, and she's wiping her head with the sweat off, and I'm just sitting there thinking, "Woman, you just walked 20 steps and you sweating already?" But then I look and see there's like 7 boxes, so I'm I'll give her a pass. And FedEx, don't forget about FedEx. You said UPS and the mail service, but don't forget about FedEx too, because they brought me 80 DVDs today, including this classic. Was in the 80s. Like, I got just random 80s DVDs, or random 80s, random 80 DVDs. So, yeah, that's been my weekend. What about yours, man? Because I know you're always boring and stuff. But how was your weekend?
I'm boring. I did get in The Crow on Blu-ray. So
you have it in front of you?
I do. I have it somewhere around here. Yeah, it's somewhere.
While you're looking for it, I'm gonna show the audience something that I got that's special to me, and I got it, and I'm gonna open it up here in just a second on my wall. But I got it from you, the It Blu-ray,
the OG 1990.
Look, this is the real deal. Like, Tim Curry killed this role. This scared me. Look at this cover art. That just scares you, doesn't it?
It does, man.
Look at the claws. Now, look, I read this book when I was 12 years old. Probably should have been reading it. My grandma was a Stephen King fanatic, and I stumbled upon it on her bookshelf and got, there it is. Well, it's not showing up because of the green screen, but because it's blue. Blue and green are screens.
You're right, man.
Brandon Lee actually killed it in that movie.
What? Now, why you got to say it like that?
I mean, he did. It was an accident, but he did.
Yep, great role. Bruce Lee's son. This one is actually, it's like, I hope it's not all in French, but we'll see.
Well, I'll just tell you this, man. I may have to come to your house and raid that one.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man. Very, I don't know if you're not a nerd.
Left it alone after that.
Oh, for sure. You ever seen the one with? I think it's the one after that. Edward Furlong. It's either the second or the third one. I can't remember. Yeah, man, they go way out in left field.
Well, Brandon Lee was meant to play that character. It's tragic what happened on the set of that, but he was meant to play that character, and he made that character iconic. And to this point, there's nobody that can touch it, and they don't need to even try. I just don't see. I mean, a lot of people can crap and shit on Heath Ledger's Joker. Jack Nicholson, to me, I love Jack Nicholson. That was one of the greatest Jokers up until Heath Ledger got there. And you can shit on Heath Ledger all you want with that. That was his finest hour and his last.
It's phenomenal, man. Who knows? He might still be here if he didn't do that role because he dug deep.
Dude, he was in a hotel room doing nothing but just going through this. And it drove him crazy. And then Jared Leto tried to play it. Nothing against Jared Leto. I like Jared Leto. He didn't do a terrible job at it. But it just wasn't the same. And then Joaquin Phoenix's Joker now, I'm sorry, I just don't like the writing.
Yeah.
The writing of it is just too slow.
I'm with you on that. It's a different vibe for sure.
Different pace, yeah, for sure. All right, well, we got Ghostbusters coming up, so let's get into it. Oh, what's this?
Do you believe in ghosts? Not those cute cartoon ghosts that look like fluffy bed sheets, and not the dancing spirits you might see on a magic midsummer's night, but real ghosts. Big city ghosts. Foul, stinking, hostile troublemakers who don't have the decency to lie down when they're dead. Well, they're out there, and someone's got to stop them. It's a job for professionals. It's a job for the Ghostbusters.
How are you? We're the Ghostbusters. Dr. Ray Stantz, would you please? The heart of the Ghostbusters. You're looking at a disaster of biblical proportion.
Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the sky, seas and rivers boiling.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Oh my God,
Ghostbusters, man.
That look, that trailer right there. Just looking at it, the '80s trailer, you can tell it's '80s, but it's still got that good feel to it. I love it, and like Dan Aykroyd in the '70s and '80s was just unbelievable. And then he comes out with Ghostbusters, like what, 1984?
Yep, 1984, the first original Ghostbusters, man. I mean, definitely in the heart of cinema. I think, the golden age of as we know it, with cinema really started to take off and then become unique for sure. Right in the heart of it, man, 1984. Which, I got my green copy. Out. I used to have it on VHS back in the day.
Well,
too.
Look, hold on. Let me go to this. I picked this up just for the show. Found it at the thrift store at the Cherry Panda. Look, Ecto 1 got Slimer in there, if you can see.
Oh, yeah, Slimer's driving.
I tried to get some batteries. It would work, but, dude, I was so busy today, I didn't get it. Maybe next week.
Does it make noise or drive around?
Yeah, it makes noise. The siren goes off. It actually moves. So I got that. I'll have to check that out. Also picked this up at the Cherry Panda in Laurel. Now, this came in the green, but I did not have it. So I picked it up. It's the movie scrapbook from Ghostbusters in there. I lost it upon somewhere. But I ordered, we're on Ghostbusters right now. Ghostbusters 1, right? There it is.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 1. So I know you're about 10 years older than me. But when did you see this?
Dude, the earliest I remember seeing it, it's like one of my earliest memories is at my cousin's house. My cousins, they had all the Ghostbuster stuff, from all the toys and all that kind of stuff. And that's my earliest memory is seeing it at their house. And that would probably have to be at least 1988, 89. So 3 or 4 years old,
All right,
something
so
like that.
we're in the same era with it. It was probably 87, 88 for me. But I ran that VHS onion skin thin when I got it. Okay, because my mom will sit here to this day and tell you there's two things Brandon watched when I could keep him calm was Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. All right. So Ghostbusters back then just kept me just, entertained. I love Ghostbusters. Gozar, Stay Puft. The first one to me is legendary. We'll get into the second one in a minute. But what I also want to put out there is who was your favorite Ghostbuster? Because I'm going to just go ahead and tell you who mine was. And then I'll let you speak.
Man.
I was ranked Egon, Venkman, Ray, Winston.
First one's easy for me, man. Peter Venkman. How can you go
I
wrong?
knew he was going to go Venkman
How
first.
can you go wrong with Bill Murray, man?
You
Bill Murray
can't.
in the 80s was red hot.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
80s and 90s.
Yeah, and on into the 90s. Number 2, I really like Ray. I really like he's just kind of always just shaking his head and how ridiculous, Venkman can be and stuff. But he's like more of a street smarts kind of guy instead of like intellectual like Egon is.
Right.
So, and then yeah, man, Egon and Winston. Winston's the fourth member. He comes in halfway through the movie. They're getting all this business. They're trying to get all this stuff done. So they hire some help, and here comes Winston to give him a hand.
Well, now I'll say this about Winston too. I like Winston. I like Ernie Hudson. Period as an actor. He's a great actor. He was Leo Glenn in Oz, and I loved it. Swatting something more there. But when it comes down to it, this was an all-star cast. You had, like I said, you had Dan Aykroyd playing Ray, killed it. You had Bill Murray playing Bankman, killed it. Egon, killed it. And then Winston.
I think even some of the support cast like Rick Moranis, Rick
Moranis was great. What was her name that played
Janine, the one that played Janine?
Yeah,
Janine by Annie Potts. Annie Potts killed it too, man.
Oh yeah. Jennifer Runyon, who just recently passed away, was the student that was in there when Bill Murray was in there.
It's like the first scene where he's doing the telepathy test.
And he was messing with old dude. She's like, "Can you see this? Can you see this?" And she's wrong every time.
Yeah, but, man.
It's great how Bill was flirting with her in that way.
Yeah, and then how can you forget Sigourney Weaver?
Great. Dana Barrett, just absolutely phenomenal. If I was gonna rate like out of beers, which is what I do, you can watch my reviews and stuff. But how I rate them is like I go from 1 to 5. If I was gonna rate Ghostbusters the original movie, I'm gonna give them 4.5 out of 5 beers for the first one.
4.5. It's good, man. Good. It's one of the classics. Good stuff.
Well, all right. So the first one was absolutely phenomenal. Okay. What was your favorite scene in the first one? And then we're going to move on to the second one.
Man, my favorite scene in the first one. I really like the scene where they buy the firehouse. They get the car straight.
Look, hold on. You go full screen here. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. So yeah, they get it all set up. They get settled into the firehouse. They done spent all this money. Ray's done took out an extra mortgage on some house or whatever. Anyway, so they're all sitting upstairs in the, the living quarters upstairs in the firehouse. And, they're sitting there eating Chinese food, saying, Bill Murray, Peter Venkman, he tells Ray, he's like, he needs some petty cash because he don't want to lose this new client that he just got. And then it cuts to, Ray says, this is the last of our petty cash. Talking about their meal they're having. And then it cuts to Janine. She's getting ready to leave for the evening. And they get a phone call. And they got somebody calling and said they have some paranormal activity going on. And she hangs it up, said, "We got one." Bow. And she hits the buzzer, the bell. Bell goes off, and then they're, oh crap, they're getting all their stuff together. They slide down the pole, and it's the first time you see the Ecto-1 come out of the gate, going on their first mission. So,
oh yeah, well, man, that was a good one. All right, so my favorite scene, and one that's always stuck with me since I was a kid. There's two. When they get to Gozar, and he's just like, because Venkman always had the greatest lines. And, we'll get into the second one, but Gozar, when they're up on the clouds, and then when they blow up the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, marshmallows just everywhere. That was one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, it's falling into the streets.
Yeah.
The Walter Peck, he's walking around, the environmental protection guy that's trying to shut him down. He's walking down in the street, and he just gets a whole big old glob of it, falls right on him out in the middle of the street.
Now Peck showed up in Afterlife, right?
Yeah, he did a reprise role in Afterlife. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, he was one of those guys that played the role so well, and you were like, you didn't like him, you didn't want to like him,
right?
But at the same time, you were like, damn, I liked him in that role because we're gonna.
Yeah, they provided some human opposition. Obviously the ghosts are the main thing they're fighting with. They definitely did a good with casting, some guy that's just going to be a jerk and cause them trouble and what they're trying to accomplish. So, good stuff.
For sure. All right. So, is there anything else we need to touch on one?
I think we're good on one. Let's move on. 1989, the first sequel to Ghostbusters hits the theaters June 16th. Ghostbusters 2. What you think about it? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I love Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2, all right, one is legendary, okay? Not taking nothing away from one, but 2 was my favorite. I mean, I'll just say this, all right. Not meaning it in a bad way, and you can't beat the original. But 2 to me, I just love watching 2. I love the ooze. I love the storytelling in this one. I thought they did a fantastic job. A lot of people don't give this one enough love. Kurt Fuller was the character. Now Walter Peck, in my opinion, was better in the first one. What was his name? Hardmeyer or something like that.
Yeah, so he's like the mayor's bitch or whatever. Yeah.
And, he did good. I remember him best, and one of my favorite roles with him is No Holds Barred. Hulk Hogan. But I will say this: I love this. One of my favorite scenes in this, and I'll never, will never forget. It's when Venkman and is it Winston and Egon are on the streets, and they're dropping Ray into the hole, and the police pull up, and they're like, "Oh, we're here, got a gas leak or something."
Yeah. So they discover Dana Barrett comes to them. She has at the very opening scene of number 2. She's rolling the baby carriage down there and down the sidewalk, and some comes in contact, and the baby carriage goes crazy, right? So As that happened, and then the bathtub scene.
Oh yeah, where it reached out far.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out what's the source of this ooze, right? So they go and they start busting concrete, busting the street up. Say it's got to be, it's got to be underground. They get, earlier before that, they get they're out on the street with the PKE meter. They said it's red hot, so they bust through, and then they start getting questioned by, the local cops, and then they call the phone company because P. Bateman's like, yeah, we're trying to trace down these lines and all this. So all that to say, they in some trouble, right? So they're busting. They can't get their story straight, and they get a little law.
And that's
trouble.
A
little bit later on.
You kind of froze up everything.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, when they both drop in, that's when they figure out that the ooze is like an emotion mechanism. It's like it's feeding off their emotions. Like when they're mad, like it just keeps building and building and building. That's the Scolari brothers. But it's just, 2 to me, a lot of people can say whatever they want to say about it. 2 was just as, it was on the same pedestal as 1 to me. I watched it onion skin thin on VHS too. I love that movie. So yeah.
Here's what I think makes, a lot of people don't like it, but here's what I think makes it at least just as good and unique. I feel like the villain in 2 is more of a threat.
Old Vigo.
I feel like he's more of a threat.
The Carpathian.
Because like straight out the gate, he starts causing problems, and then he's got Janos. Janos is at the art museum, and he's like facilitating, for this guy trying to, they're trying to cause some problems.
Over Janos. Vigo the Carpathian. All right, look, with Vigo here, I'm trying to make a trip this weekend to the Lucky Rabbit. I know you've never heard of it. You need to look it up. It's in Harrisburg, Mississippi. They've got the Vigo painting there. Like you can take a picture in front of it and stuff.
Really?
They have these movie things. Yeah, look up Lucky Rabbit if you haven't. We go there every year. They had a Beetlejuice exhibit. They had Stranger Things exhibits. They sell, it's like a flea market kind of deal, but it's like a little bit of upscale. They got like regular Nintendo games, Super Nintendos. They got all kinds of stuff, DVDs, movies, Blu-rays, and everything. But they got Vigo, and I'm thinking about going down there this weekend. Maybe I get a picture with Vigo. Maybe we can throw it on the podcast next week.
Sounds good, man. All right, so we're gonna roll into the next portion. Let me pull this up. So you have 1 and 2 come out in the 80s, right?
Great movies.
Also, right before we get out of the 80s, we have something else that's kind of blowing up in the background.
Ghostbusters! Each sold separately.
Part-time pack ready. Ghostbusters loaded. You scared? Never. You first. PKE meter reads a fast 3 ghosts. It's Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Roaster. Oh no, another one. Big ghost. We ain't afraid of ghosts.
Proton pack and ghost popper gun. Each sold separately. The real Ghostbusters. New from Kenner.
So toys are blowing up in the 80s, right? And along with that, the real Ghostbusters, hits the scene. Cartoons, they want to appeal to the kids more, get them, they want to, I think it's more of a money thing, but.
Well, it was a money grab. They really were trying to pull it in. I'll just say this. The real Ghostbusters really reeled me in. I had Ecto one, the real Ghostbusters one. I had Egon. I had all the characters, had Slimer. But you want me to tell you what was better, or what got me about the real Ghostbusters cartoon that separated from the movies? Slimer was the villain in the first one, but he's their friend in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love how
Yeah,
they did
he's
that.
like living in the house, in the firehouse with
Firehouse.
them, going on adventures, man. Yeah, it's definitely a different turn. One thing I like about the real Ghostbusters, the voice of Venkman is Lonzo Music, which does the voice of like the original Garfield cartoon, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that is very interesting. But you know what else too? A lot of people forget is there was a Ghostbusters before there was the real Ghostbusters, and it was
That's
the
right.
Filmation Ghostbusters, which had Tracy the Ape. It had the two guys, and I love that version as well. Not saying it beat the real Ghostbusters, but what I'm saying is I like that. It was what the 70s or whatever when they came out with that cartoon.
Yeah, that's a little before my time. I know that. Yeah,
No,
it's
around.
It was out of the era of like a lot of Hanna-Barbera and wacky races and all that kind of stuff. And that was a big for the movies. They had to fight real hard to get that name, to be able to use that name due to that cartoon.
Well, the reason that what they did, like how Ghostbusters, if you look at it, is all one word. All right, in the Filmation one, you look at it, they say the real Ghostbusters, but they put the hyphen or the dash there. So that helped out a lot. All right, we've talked about the cartoons. We've talked about Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Now we got to get to the down part. I'm going to just go ahead and say it before you even get started. When I heard that they was coming out with this, I did not even waste my time. Go ahead.
Yes, unfortunately, on this episode of Brandon's World Ghostbusters Edition, we must also talk about the 2016 version of Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which is the all-female version.
And it's not that it's all female.
No, it's not.
That hurt it. It's the writing.
The writing was terrible.
The writing was terrible. The story was terrible. They even here's the problem. I mean, here's not the problem. Here's not the problem, right? They casted this very well. The storytelling and the visuals was just horrible.
There was no rhyme or reason to it. It's like, hey, let's cast these people and stick them in a movie that has the Ghostbusters name in it. And it makes no sense to me.
It really doesn't. All right, so they casted it well. The story and all that was just terrible. The thing about it was, like, with me, was like, we're just trying to live off a name. We're not trying to give you a good product. We're just trying to all right, it's Ghostbusters, it's gold.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was, I'll just go ahead and say it, trash.
Yep.
So do we need to stay on this any longer?
I don't think so. I think we're good on that one.
Yeah. So, we'll answer the call. All right. Let's move on.
How many beers down? -5 beers.
I've only had one beer.
1 beer out of 5. You heard it from Brandon.
No. If we're doing beers on Answer the Call, it is -5.
Okay, yeah. I thought so.
I'll be sober.
All right, moving on. So this came out in what, 2021?
Yeah.
2021. So they let the heat die down from the failure that was Answer the Call, and came out with this Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is a much, much better continuation of the story.
I'll say Ghostbusters Afterlife really revived the Ghostbusters product. It really made me
Absolutely.
feel whole again. And I really enjoyed this. I know that a lot of it was AI with Egon, Harold Ramis. But I'm going to just say this. The way they shot this, the way the story was told, the way it led up to everything, it felt genuine. It felt real, and I felt emotion inside. So
Yeah, I mean the plot line, definitely fills the void of the continuation of the story. Egon's not going to be in it, so they write his daughter and his granddaughter. The granddaughter, you know the torch gets passed to her. She starts getting involved
right.
in all of her grandfather's old stuff,
and I liked how she had the feel of Egon too.
Yeah, like nerdy glasses, very dry, sense of humor. They definitely captivated that pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think they did good. Paul Rudd, I think, was a good,
Oh, I love Paul Rudd.
comedy relief.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's great comedy relief, but he's also a great actor. I love Paul Rudd.
So yeah, so they got him. They got the kid podcast. I think this is his name, a nickname. Yeah. Supporting also. Then they kind of take over and pick the business back up once things start happening around town. And so what did you have a favorite scene from this one?
Yes, I do. I love the ending scene. Let me hold on just 1 second on this. But anyway, all right, the ending scene where they're doing the protons, and it all gets down to it. And when it gets to Egon, like, I break down, man. I'm like, all the 80s is flowing back into me, and I'm just like, God, I'm feeling emotion. And so, yeah, that at the end where everybody's, cutting their proton packs on and they're getting ready to finish this, and, it goes down the line from Ray, Peter, Winston to.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a tasteful tribute. I think, the original cat scene, the original, guys come back, Ernie Hudson and Bill Murray and everybody, and then cutting him in there is definitely a tasteful tribute to add him in the way that they did as a ghost,
Well, as they added him as the ghost, and the granddaughter looks up.
Right.
The thing with it, like with that was, like, Egon meant something to everybody if you're a Ghostbusters fan. All right, you had your favorite Bankman, you had Ray, you had, Winston, whatever. But Egon was the brains. He was the one that held everything together. He always had the solution. And then you look at Harold and, like, man, great comedy actor. Or great
Absolutely.
comedy writer as well. But it just felt so good having it all feel real again.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so you get the girls, all girls cast. Nothing really mentioned about the real people in this. And I just hate when they do shit like that. So Afterlife really revived the Ghostbusters brand, in my opinion. Now, Frozen Empire, on the other hand, well, get that started.
Frozen Empire. So Frozen Empire came out, let's see.
2023.
Yeah, 2023. I'm going to pull it up here.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It was not terrible, but it was very drawn out and very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I was really expecting what happened with the graphics.
Yeah, it's on the fritz
Okay, well, it's on the fritz. We ain't gonna worry with it.
Yep.
But the thing is, my thing with Frozen Empire was I was not like disgusted with it, but it wasn't like it was like it was just like a lack of effort.
Yeah, dude, the trailer was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I was pumped for it based off
dude,
the trailer.
I was stoked. Look, I had a boner that was so long, I was standing on it. And
Yeah, I mean, it looked amazing. It did not deliver, man. Like, I don't know. I just felt like the plot, the villain plot and everything just kind of went out. They went out left field.
It really did go out like kind of left field. All right, I'll throw this out there real quick because we're gonna be closing out on this here in a minute. But I'll just say this. All right, I like the way the direction that the Ghostbusters brand was going when they did Afterlife. Frozen Empire was kind of a letdown. They're going in some different directions. I know that Netflix is trying to revive the real Ghostbusters animated series. I'm really wanting to see this. Can they live up to it? Because I'm going to just say this. Cartoons today are not what they were in the 80s and the 90s to me. Just not going to happen. But what's your thoughts on the upcoming new Ghostbusters?
Interested for sure. Netflix, stuff that they work on and come out with, it's kind of hit or miss, man. So
hit or miss. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not. I'm a physical media guy.
Yes.
I love physical media. But I'm gonna just say this. Netflix does put a lot of effort in, and they have more hits than they have misses. I mean, you look at Stranger Things. I don't know if you're a fan.
Yeah. I'm familiar with Stranger Things. I'm not saying they put out all bad, or they do have a good percentage of stuff that
I love Ozark.
Yeah. So Netflix and I think Amazon's got good stuff that comes out too. A lot of good stuff coming out of Amazon Studios, but we'll see, man. I can't say yes or no until it hits Netflix for sure. But I'm being hopeful about it. So.
Well, same here. All right. We're about to close out our first episode. We went a little bit longer than I was expecting to go, but hey, it happens. But before we do, we're gonna show a trailer to Camp Crystal Lake, which was released just a couple of days ago on Peacock. It's coming out October this year. Can't wait. Been waiting for it. We're gonna talk about that. But I got something to talk about too. We know I'm a Jason fan. I'm a Freddy fan. But I got this, and I'm a Batman fan too. But I got the Riddler in on the Funko Pop as my, physical media stuff. Also got one other thing, because I know you like Star Wars. But what the hell is a Purge Trooper?
You got me on that one, man.
Wait a minute. You're a nerd. What are you doing?
That's one of them new troopers. I don't know about that one.
And then I got Wolverine. So that's a good deal there on the Funko Pops. Just wanted to throw those out there that I do collect Funko Pops. And hey, speaking of Jason, let me get Jason down here.
There you go, man. Number one. There can only be one.
Yep. So I got Jason Funko Pops and stuff like that. Do you collect Funko Pops?
Yeah, I have some. I don't have a whole lot. I started collecting. I like Demon Slayer, anime nerd.
Anime. Are you one of those anime nerds too?
Very restricted. I'm not all out there, but there's some I do enjoy. So I do have some of those. I have this one. This one goes with me anytime I go and on an airplane. I have Superman goes with me.
Oh my God, I'm not a Superman fan, so get that thing off.
So this is the first one I ever got there. I have Larry Bird somewhere. He's hanging around somewhere.
Goat, baby. Hey, let me ask you this on Superman. Were you a fan of Smallville?
Yeah, it was a good show back in the day, man. Yeah.
I liked it too. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Superman fan. Okay. we're getting ready to close out. I'm gonna let you close out here in just a second. But before we do close out, I just want to go into this. What was your favorite Ghostbusters out of them all?
You know, man, that's a hard decision, but only because of the first two. But I got to go with the original, man. Original number 2 is good. It's great, but I got to go with the first one.
All right, I'm gonna go with 2 since you went with 1. But you can't beat the original. The first 2, greatest of all time. Great writing, great storytelling. There you go. Hey, I'll go ahead and pull this down. It's one of my favorite Ghostbuster villains, Vigo, baby. I love Vigo the Carpathian. I just love the storytelling in the first 2. Just going to give it out there. And tune in next Monday right here, 5 p.m. Central Time. And you're going to see episode 2. Now, Posey, what we got set up for episode 2 next week?
Episode 2? Well,
I know what we got set up. You're going to be doing some deliverance, aren't you? You're going to squeal like a pig, boy.
Episode 2 is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, my.
So,
talking knees?
I'm talking those, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we talking this?
Casey Jones.
Oh, I know what you mean. I got it. This is what you're talking about when it comes to Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, what art is it? This one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but one of them, Raphael. All right. So next week we've got Ninja Turtles on the Hunt. I've got all 3 of these DVDs, okay, and others. So for next week, if you tune in to next week's episode and you comment below on Facebook, Rumble, wherever you watch it, not Facebook, but YouTube, Rumble, wherever you watch it, if you comment on that, you will be entered to win all 3 of these DVDs. If you still want DVDs, you'll be able to win all 3 of these DVDs. And I will contact the winner on Wednesday morning. So there you go. So if you want to win Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original, 2 and 3, and because this is going to be interesting talk, because let me put us back on split there. This is going to be interesting talk because just like we talked tonight about Ghostbusters, okay? And I gave you my number 1 Ghostbusters. This is going to kind of mirror Ninja Turtles a little bit. So we'll get into that next week.
So we're going to play this trailer for Crystal Lake. And
yeah, because I'm a big Jason fan. Let's play the trailer. Then we'll do our closing statements. Go ahead.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it. Oh, this is. I mean, I've watched this trailer and it's cool.
Sometimes I can hear him scared, but I never find it. There's so much violence and evil in this place. Nothing can rise above.
This looks creepy as hell.
Please just let us go.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
If you're lying to me, I will kill you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I think that's going to be freaking awesome.
Dang.
Okay. All right, look, it's creepy how it's built into Jason on that. I'm just curious, like, all right, so I watched it, Welcome to Derry. That's very graphic. I mean, my stomach couldn't even handle it. But I'm just curious where they're going to go with Jason on this. Like, are we going to get a backstory? Anything that's kind of build up to it? Or are we just going to start with his mom seeming like she's going crazy in this situation? So I'm curious to see where we're going to go with Camp Crystal Lake, but I've been waiting for this for a couple of years. And what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely excited to see, like, if they do any backstory, stuff like that. The mom part's got to be in there, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's
for sure.
If it's not in there, they're not doing it. It's going to fail from the start. I'll just let it say it. It's going to fail.
Yeah, I think that they'll definitely have an opportunity to build on her part, because the original first one, you don't really, like, people are getting killed, the kids are getting killed, but you don't really see her till the end, like the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Right.
So hopefully they can build, on her specifically more. I would like to see that.
Well, they should, with it being a TV series, they should be able to expand a little bit more out there with that character. Can't wait to see. But man, what did you think of the first episode of Brandon's World? What's your thoughts before we close out? Because I'm out already. Because
yeah, man. You guys like and subscribe, man. We got more coming. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be coming out for episode 2 in about a week, right? So
yeah, next Monday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Like you said, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll see you next week right here on Brandon's World.
Peace.
Brandon's World, movie reviews, nostalgia and chaos unfurled. From old school hits to the wild unknown. Press play once, now you're locked in the zone. Brandon's World, movie reviews, every hot take carving in stone. Year by year, he replaces what we've known. Press play once, now you're locked in the zone.